Hello and welcome to the channel. Class 9th English The Adventures of Toto. Summary. In The Adventures of Toto, the narrator's grandfather buys a mischievous baby monkey named Toto from a Tonga driver for 5 rupees, intending to add him to his private zoo. Toto is a playful, clever, and naughty monkey with a quick mind and a tail that serves as a third hand. He is initially kept hidden from grandmother, but his antics soon reveal his presence. Toto's mischievous nature is evident when he causes damage to the narrator's school blazer and the wall. His behavior continues to disrupt the household, especially when he refuses to let other animals sleep and creates trouble in his new cage. When grandfather takes him on a trip to Saharanpur, Toto's antics continue, including escaping from his bag and causing confusion at the railway station. He is mistakenly charged as a dog by a ticket collector. At the stable, Toto tries to make friends with the family donkey, Nana, but they do not get along. Toto also enjoys warm baths, but nearly boils himself in a kettle while trying to take a bath. His mischievous behavior extends to tearing clothes and breaking dishes. In one incident, Toto steals a dish of pulao and eats it slowly while perched in a tree, throwing the dish down afterward to spite grandmother. Eventually, grandfather realizes that Toto's mischievous behavior is too much for the household and he sells Toto back to the Tonga driver for 3 rupees. The story highlights Toto's playful and destructive nature, showcasing the challenges of keeping a pet monkey. Now, in details. The Adventures of Toto is a story about a mischievous baby monkey named Toto who is bought by the narrator's grandfather. Grandfather purchases Toto from a Tonga driver for 5 rupees. The Tonga driver had kept the monkey tied to a feeding trough, but Toto looked so out of place there that grandfather decided to bring him home and add him to his collection of pets. Toto is a cute monkey with bright eyes, white teeth, and a clever nature. His hands are quick and he can use his tail like an extra hand. It helps him grab food from the places that are hard to reach. Grandfather and the narrator keep Toto a secret from grandmother, who does not like animals in the house. They hide him in a small closet in the narrator's bedroom. But when they return to check on him, they find the walls damaged and the narrator's blazer torn to pieces. Grandfather finds this amusing and praises Toto for his cleverness. Since Toto's presence is still a secret, grandfather moves him to a cage in the servants' quarters where other animals like a tortoise, rabbits, and a pet goat live. However, Toto doesn't let the other animals sleep at night, so grandfather decides to take him on a trip to Saharanpur to collect his pension. Grandfather puts Toto inside a big canvas bag with a straw at the bottom for comfort. When the bag is closed, Toto can't escape. But as they are at the railway station in Dehradun, Toto pops his head out of the bag and grins at the ticket collector who mistakes him for a dog. The ticket collector charges grandfather 3 rupees for Toto's fare, much to grandfather's annoyance. To get back at the ticket collector, grandfather shows him a tortoise and asks if he needs to pay for it. The ticket collector, after inspecting the tortoise, says it's not a dog and doesn't need a fare. Once Toto is accepted by grandmother, he is kept in the stable with the family donkey Nana. However, on his first night, Toto gets into trouble by biting Nana's ears, causing her to pull away. They never become friends. Toto enjoys taking baths, but he does it in a funny way. He tests the temperature of the water with his hand, then steps in slowly, just like the narrator. Once comfortable, he rubs soap all over his body. However, one day, Toto nearly boils himself alive. He climbs into a kettle of water that was left on the stove to boil for tea. At first, the water is warm enough for him, but it starts to boil, and Toto hops up and down in the kettle until grandmother comes and rescues him. Toto is always getting into trouble, tearing things apart. One day, when a dish of pulao is left on the dining table, Toto sneaks up, starts eating it, and causes chaos. When grandmother screams at him, he throws a plate at her and later throws the whole dish out of the window, laughing as it breaks into pieces. Eventually, grandfather realizes that Toto's mischievous behavior is too much for the household. They can't afford the constant damage to their things, so grandfather finds the Tonga driver again and sells Toto back to him for just 3 rupees. The story shows how Toto, with his playful and naughty behavior, creates many problems for the family. In the end, even though they enjoyed his company for a while, they had to part with him because he was too much trouble to keep.